The topic of this nanocast is 5G environments and why policy is not just an add-on. I'd like to introduce Iftikhar Waheed, our Director of Product Management at Enea in the Telecom Group, to give us his thoughts on policy in 5G environments. Iftikhar.
Thank you, Fergus. Policy is indeed it's a good point you raise. Policy is in fact a very core and central idea to 5G networks. Not that it was any less important in 4G earlier, but it now comes with added capability as well as added responsibility, so to say, in the 5G network. And by that I mean is that the policy management within 5G is much more granular. So in the in the 4G domain, policy was basically and when I say policy, it's synonymous with quality of service handling. It was usually applied at a bearer level, and that was it. Within 5G, quality goes down, drills deep down to a flow level, which is far more granular. But of course, this also means that is needed because you require the right kind of call performance, the right kind of user experience depends on it. So from that perspective, it plays a much more central role compared to its older role in 4G, so to say. Now, the challenge that operators, so one of it, as I said, I hope it is to emphasize that it is core. It is no longer just a side function with nominal importance, but now it is core and central to the kind and service and experience that an operator is able to deliver. The challenge that operators get is that when they look at their existing operations and with their plans to go 5G standalone, which is pure 5G deployments, they still have a legacy of 4G that they would have to continue with for the foreseeable future. Now, this leaves them with a problem of having two different policy architectures, one for 4G and a more evolved one for 5G. And this, of course, for an operator's perspective, is operational complexity as well as TCO. So what I'd like to emphasize here is, in order to facilitate and make this challenge simpler for the operators, I can't say easier because it is still a new network, is that what Enea has done is introduced a policy manager with dual capability, with a dual mode capability. We do have a well-defined position as a 4G supplier, policy manager, 4G supplier for policy solutions. And leveraging that, what we would like to do is that for our customers, convenience and also for the efficiency and effectiveness of deploying new policy, the product then enhances a dual mode capability where the same policy function can be evolved into managing policy both for the 4G networks and the 5G network simultaneously, thereby reducing the overall TCO and also making the entire operational burden much more simpler for operators to keep a core function running in their network. So that's all I have to say on this. But yes, if you really want to find out more about this, I advise you to come visit us at enea.com. Thank you.